He was like, she pegged me. And I was like, oh, you're in the right place, man. I love to peg. Because y'all know that, right? Proper. Proper. Hey guys, welcome back to Proper. I'm your host, Alexis. What the fuck is up? I haven't talked to you in fucking months. And I'm going to preface it today. We're raw dogging it. We are raw dogging today. We are keeping it real, raw. We're catching you up on. Every time I've tried to record this episode, I actually recorded it 2 months ago. Whenever I've been trying, just know that I've been trying, and I miss you so much. And it's just like things keep happening and happening and happening, and I'm like, gotta catch the girls up, gotta catch the girls up, gotta catch the PPs up, and then something happens again, and then Mama gets a little preoccupied, a little distracted, and limited with time. So I was like, you know what, babes? I haven't talked to my girls in a minute. Let me just motherfucking set this shit up. Bop, 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 bop. And let's just yap. And we're raw dogging it. You see, no iPad. We're not prepped at all. That's how juicy the plot has been thickening for me in every capacity. And y'all know I think it's an established thing here that y'all come back because of my stories, and that y'all are tapped in, tuned in, turns on because of my stories. So we're having a full just story time ep. And before we do that, let's set the tone. It's Monday. Woo! When you're listening though, it's Tuesday. I hope anyway. Wednesday, who knows? We don't even have a fucking flow in this bitch. And I'm sorry. But just know that I'm trying. You know that I'm tapped in, tuned in, turned on at least on Instagram stories. Because that's the easiest for me to story tell is on IG stories. So if you're not tapped in there, that's on you, brother. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But yesterday we had a full moon in Scorpio. You know I'm a Scorpio moon. And I feel like and I'm going to tell you why in a second I feel like a brand new bitch. I feel brand new. Sorry, this is difficult because you're here, but then what we're recording on is here. So I keep looking here. I need to look here. I need to look here. I need to look here. Do you guys understand the layers of me being the host, the producer, the curator, the manager? Y'all know. I always complain to you. You know. Anyways, I feel like a brand new bitch. And it might be from the experiences that I've been enduring or just being able to reflect on how I'm truly a real ass bitch. Give a fuck about a Bay Birkin Bay whole 5'6". Stripes up ass, you gotta put the ticket. That's where we're at. And summer is approaching. The fucking Latinas are thawing out. And it's getting fucking hot in New York. Who's excited? I am. The pussy purring girl. So yeah, that's the tone. We're up. We're feeling good. We may be feeling a little too cocky. I don't know. And we may think that I deserve to. I think I do. And I don't want to say cocky, arrogant. And maybe you already thought that about me. I don't know. I don't think you feel that about me, but I know there are people that think that about me. And guess what? That's the problem. But I feel so up. Nothing can bring me down. And things are trying to bring me down, but I'm not letting them, is what I'm getting at. So yeah, I feel like I've been putting way too much pressure on myself on how I want Proper to go and like how I want to talk to you weekly and like setting it up. And then also adding video to it puts a whole nother layer of like, I guess, pressure in a way where I'm like, well, then I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and I like gotta look this way, and I gotta do this, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what's the point? I'm like, at this point, I may just keep Proper audio and not even worry about studio no more. Like, and not even worry about, damn, it just hit me that I could do that. Like, I don't have to do audio and video. I could just do audio. What do y'all think? Are y'all tapped in on video? I don't think you are. So I may just not do video for a little while. Anyways, that's a conversation for a different day. Let's fucking get low. Proper lows of the week, PL. If you're new here, we go through a proper high and a proper low of the week. Proper low is essentially what you overcame that week. Doesn't necessarily have to be like something super depressing or heavy, but just kind of like a lesson you learned and then your proper highs intent is to find gratitude. It's just like a little practice to find gratitude. Then we go through proper recs, PR of the week, and then proper updates. And normally we would have a topic, but our updates are so juicy that the topic is intertwined, which may happen often. Will happen often. Oh my god, I realized I didn't release that episode, so I haven't talked to you since the Dimmy episode. That was February. We have not spoken. Wait, we have not spoken in a while. Okay, I have to limit my updates. My updates are literally just going to be from this week. Anyway, PL of the week is that I haven't talked to you in months, but we're finding our pace. We're maintaining grace, right? With everybody here. And then another PL, super fucking annoying. The laundry in my building isn't working. So I have to go to a laundromat, and that's just like kind of too much of an inconvenience for me. I'm not even going to hold you. Yeah, that's not a norm for my lifestyle. So, what the fuck am I to do? And I'm going out of town this weekend. So, fuck me. Anyways, at least my PLs are fucking light, cuz Lord knows they've been heavy the last few months. So, we're fucking up, and that's what I'm talking about. Like the lows are not outweighing the highs right now, and that feels really good. pH of the week. You already know that pH up, solid, slurpable, if you will. I'm going to Austin this coming week, which is a big pH. I haven't been back to Austin since moving away. So going on 4 years now, which is kind of insane. And Austin is like such a big pillar of me and Nala's life too. So that'll be a nice little like reflection moment. And I'm going with one of my best friends and her girlfriend. So it'll be nice. It'll be really fun. And also Nala's like godmother essentially. So yeah, I'm traveling, we up. Another PH is that work, and I don't want to, I'm like knocking on wood. Work is kind of calming down my day job. So I'm feeling re-inspired, which feels good to essentially have more time to like for myself. Oh, and another PH is that I've been gymming. If you've been tapped in, I've been on a gym girl journey. And it's kind of a lifestyle because I'm going to one of those bougie ass gyms. And now I got a little taste of it and I want more. Which that's what they be saying about me. So yeah, I've kind of been like on a little bit of like a fitness journey, feeling good about my health. I put it on my vision board to prioritize my health this year in regards to like going to the doctor because I haven't been doing that along with handling my hormone health with a doctor as well. So we up on that. We doing that. I'll keep you updated and talk about like my PCOS journey again. Every time I say PCOS, I think of POS and I'm like my piece of shit journey again. But anyways, proper recs of the week. Do I have any? My proper rec of the week is going to be a message to the people, which is it's only as serious as you make it. Can I get an amen? Is only as serious as you make it, whether that be life, death. I'm just talking, but like, do you know what I mean? Like anything that comes our way, or even like something as simple as like a reaction to somebody, it's only as serious as we make it. Like how we interpret how somebody talks to us, it's only as serious as we make it. When it comes to dating, it's only as serious as we make it. And that leads me to my fucking updates because nobody's serious. And I think that's something that I've realized. Nobody's serious. Nobody should be taken seriously. And why make it serious when it doesn't need to be serious? Do you know what I mean? Because once you make it serious, then it's as serious as you make it. And then you have to like do stuff about it because you made it serious. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, let's fucking dive in. Before we do, let's sparky spark. Hold on. Can this be on YouTube? I don't think so. So I have to like turn my head. So hold on. Hold on a second. Okay. Because we're just girls talking. We're just girls talking. Damn, I'm like, I actually can't even smoke. I need to be better at this. I will be. Okay, hold on. That's what I'm gonna do. So, because I'm like, is it the act of smoking? I don't know. Anyways, proper updates of the fucking week. And like I said, I set the tone with it's only as serious as you make it. And I'm coming from a very playful, very I really don't care space, which is odd for me as your proper mother because everything is deep for me. Everything deeper than this. I feel like I don't know. I'm like, how do you interpret me? Do you interpret me as serious or do you interpret me as playful? Alexis, you could be both at the same time, actually. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So I'm like, what happened before this though? Literally nothing. Well, there was a moment where Plug came back in because last time I talked to you, Plug, I was like, oh, I hope I don't. But I'll be going back and forth with Plug. Motherfucker, I just fucking smoked on camera. Anyways, he came back for a second after that, as he always does. But same old shit, different day, you know? So there's just like not, I don't know, this new fucking version of me. I actually haven't really reflected on Plug since this new version of me. I think I'm more of just like, I've reflected on Plug with the new version of me when I tell you about the other story that I'm about to tell you with the new character. Anyways, I've reflected with Plug on the situations I've endured because I'm like, what's the difference from this bullshit and the bullshit that I've been mentally dealing with by myself, the battle with myself, because it's not even with Plug, it's just about Plug. Like, what's the difference? Because regardless, stems from men and their lack of. And this is not a I hate men episode by any means. Honestly, this is an I love men. I feel like I finally cracked the code, which is to not put any serious thought into them or into interactions with them. So now I'm just like having fun, truly just for my own benefit, which feels really good. So, anyways, I'm talking about Plug. He's out of here. New character. I don't know what we should call him. I'm like, what should we call him? My friends are like, girl, like just call him NFL because he's in the NFL. But I'm like, I don't know, he's not gonna be the first NFL. That sounded really bad. But just hear the story first, and then you'll understand why I'm like this now. But I can't believe I just said that. But if I'm being real and raw, I don't think he's going to be the first NFL. So we'll just call him NFL for now, and then for the rest of them, I can't even call them by their team because I'm not trying to out my shit. But Mr. NFL. That's who the fuck he is today. Because maybe I won't do another NFL. Maybe the next one will be NBA. Maybe the next one will be NHL. Maybe the next one will be MLB. Maybe the next one will be Drake. I don't know. Anyways, so Mr. NFL slides into my DMs and brings up you guys actually. He literally was like, "Oh, I see you have a podcast type." And I was like, "Oh my god, I hope you didn't fucking listen to it." Cuz I'm crazy. Because I don't know, I feel like I don't think of like straight men who would be interested in me romantically as my market for proper by any means. And maybe that's something I should reflect on because whoever gets to me on that point should know like the true me. I don't know. I'm getting too deep. I can't. Keep me on track, please. So NFL slides through. He's my type. And I don't know why I'm nervous, you guys. I literally am having to take a few hits. I think because I haven't talked to you and I'm like, is this still a safe space? We'll see. I think I really haven't had a story time with you guys like with being solo. Maybe that's what it is. So I feel a little nervous because it's like it's just me here. Like I know you guys are gonna be messaging me and please do because I need to feel the reassurance. You know I love it. I have a reassurance kink. But it feels weird. But anyway, so Mr. NFL slides through and off rip. I see that his team is in proximity and that he's fine as fuck. And he dressed well as well because y'all know like I'm not fucking around about it no more. I'm tired of fucking settling on these motherfuckers. So I was like, okay, like off rip, he looked good. He's in proximity. Let's see. Conversation is pretty good. We moved to texting quickly. And at the time, I was back in Tampa. So I think we had like a week of until he planned our first date. And every day, like he was mad consistent. We talked on the phone, FaceTime, texted every day, type the whole thing. And I was like, okay, consistent. Like, what the fuck is this? I wasn't even like expecting that type. And so with our first date, so then he planned our first date and it was so fucking cute. And it was we did like this art thing where it's like these bears and you like do this paint thing. I don't even know. Like you drop the paint. Maybe you've seen it. I don't know. I hadn't seen it. Well, he brought it up and he was like, "Oh, I've been wanting to do this." And I was like, "Oh, perfect. I would prefer an activity over dinner, is what I told him before he planned it type. So he came through with that. It was in the city. He met me there and we planned to like grab a bite after and then him take me home. So the date is super cute. It's just us and the art lady and like the person like telling us what to do or whatever. I'm gonna call her art lady. I don't know what the fuck that was called. Girl, if you listening though, because proper was brought up. If you listening, hey, please continue because we're about to get rocked. Because you about to be in for a treat. So the date's going cute. She's like starting conversation with us and she's like, oh, so like what's the occasion for you guys? And I'm like, oh, it's our first date. Cause she was like, oh, is it anniversary? Like, and I was like, oh, it's just our first date. And she was like, oh, I would have never guessed. Like, you guys have such good chemistry. And like, it seems like you guys have been together for a while. Like, I would have never thought. I was like, yeah, it's like my first time seeing him in person. And she's like, oh my God, how did you guys meet? And I was like, oh, he reached out on Instagram and he jumped in and he was like, yeah, I saw she had a podcast. And then the girl was like, oh, what's her podcast about? And I was like, yeah, what's my podcast about? Because I don't think this motherfucker listened to it. I think he saw it and that was it. Like, I don't even, like, I literally think he just saw it and that was it. But he's making it out to be like that it was of interest, which, whatever. I'll take it. I'll take that he's interested in the best thing I've ever created. And so I looked at him and I was like, yeah, so what's my podcast about? And he's like, what did he say? He was like, woman shit. And which he's not wrong. And I was like, yeah, he's not really my market, blah blah blah. And the girl's talking and she's like asking us shit, which is good because I found him to be kind of quiet compared to a yapper like me. So she was like starting a conversation, but we were like into the art thing. It was cute. We like did matching colors, but like our own creation of it. It was cute. I really enjoyed it. And then we got tacos after, and then we got my favorite ice cream after. And then when he took me home, he did leave me with a kiss in it. However, did I tell y'all that I'm celibate again? After the last time with Plugger, I was like, yeah, no, I can't fucking do this anymore. It's really that simple because I'm not even catching a nut for real. Is that fucked up for me to say? It's nothing against him. It's more of like, you know what? Yeah, fuck that motherfucker. It is against him. What am I talking about? That motherfucker don't care. I mean, it's a little combination of both, but I can't, I'm not gonna catch nothing if I don't have like a consistent safety net and that's not there. Like I need to feel like safe and sound really in whoever plans on inserting me again because it's sacred to me. And so that's where I'm at. So I was like, after Plugger, I was like, Lex, you can't even like enjoy this because he's not consistent. He hasn't learned you yet and obviously doesn't care to because if he did, he would be consistent. So what the fuck are you even doing for it? Like for a fucking 10-minute connection? Please. That's just like where I was at with it. Personally, that's where I'm at. I know other bitches can catch nut quick and it's easy on them and they view it differently. Shout out to the people. But I'm trying to fucking do unsafe shit in a safe environment. Anyways, girl. So yeah, that was our first date. Super cute. We went on a few dates after that and he was still consistent with like texting me every day, calling me here and there, checking in, and like not too much because Lego love bombed me and was like, remember, like he was like on my fucking dick hole the whole time. And I thought it was like ooey gooey, but it was him love bombing me and overwhelming me to fucking conversate with him all fucking day. Like, anyways, so with NFL, I was like, damn, he's not even love bombing me. Like, this feels fucking calm. Like, I was like, I'm fucking with this. Like, he wants to see me. He makes a big effort to see me often. And mind you, he lives in a different state, technically. He lives in Jersey. And so, but he has a car, obviously. We talked about distance, and he was like, it's no problem for me. Like, I'll go to you however many times I need to, type, like saying all the right things. So I was like, oh my God, this feels calm. Like, we're really getting to know each other slowly. He's taking it at my pace. Cause like at this point, I've told him that I wasn't finna pop this cat until like exclusivity or like just being in a relationship. Like, I don't know, just like longevity, I think was the word I said. I can't remember, but relationship type, something close to it. And he was fine with it. He's still like wanted to consistently see me. And so I was like, all right, like he's more consistent than fucking dudes I've dated in the past that lived near me. And like, I was like, oh, I love, he was checking the boxes. He wanted to see me. He was consistent. It was calm. I had no anxiety about it, which felt really good because it was more of just me questioning like, do I even like him? Like, I was more assessing that, and I hadn't had that approach yet because I feel like I was in the past always approaching it from a do they like me perspective, head ass. And now I'm like, do I even like shit? Like, just reflecting on it and taking it for what it was. But what it was consistent and honestly like easy, which felt really nice. So we had our last date like Wednesday, and it was because he said he was flying home Thursday to Sunday. He's from the South, which is another pro. I really love that he's from the South because I'm a Southern Belle. So, and like dealing with these New York motherfuckers was something I didn't really have it in me for this season. I was like, I really do want a Southern man. So that was another thing that dragged me in because I peeped he was from the South. And so he was going to go down South for Mother's Day. So from Thursday to Sunday. And he was like, I want to see you Wednesday and Sunday. So he saw me Wednesday and we planned for Sunday for. Hold on, there's a cop going by. So then we had planned for Sunday to be like an all day date and him come over here and like we make pizzas together and like have a movie day type thing. And so now that I think about it, it's just like I have to laugh because he was lying to me the whole time. Anyways, so he's still texting me, rada rada. And Friday, I get a text and it says, hey, I know this is weird, but is this Alexis? And I was thinking, like, there's gotta be an old ting or, like, something along those lines. I was like, curious. So I said, it depends on who's asking. And they were like, this is NFL's girlfriend. And in that moment, I ain't even gonna hold you. My heart sunk. Bro, all I can do is laugh. I feel so good that all I can do is laugh. I don't think y'all understand. I've never been unfazed in my entire life. The level of unfazed I'm at now feels so good, and I hope this isn't a stage, and I hope this lasts forever because I love that I'm laughing about this shit right now and keeping it like light, bro, because it really don't fucking matter. Anyways, I had my first girl to girl conversation. I'm gonna say girl to woman conversation because something wasn't cutting it, obviously. And so old girl, she was like confusing me on how she got my number. And I wanted to like I was like, I need to like protect myself. Like I'm fucking famous. Obviously. Gonna be. I don't know, pretending to be, whatever the fuck you want to think. I know what I am in my head though, and I'm a fucking star. So I was like, I need her to tell me, like, at least give me information on that. So essentially, she went through Jit's iPad and saw a picture of the two bears that we did on our first date with my name, because I had to like write a sticky note with my name and number on it for them to tell me when it was ready. Um, because we had to come back for it. And so I guess he took a picture of it on his phone with my name on it rather than like, because the pictures I had were just of the bears. So I don't even know when that was or don't remember when that part was. So then I finally get that out of her. We have a phone conversation. Essentially, the highlights are they had been together since 2023. This is her story. I'm going to get to his story eventually. They had been together since 2023. She also lives down south, but not in the same state that he's from. She was honestly confusing me on like where the fuck she stayed, but regardless, it's in the south, so they're long distance. And that they were talking about getting engaged, that they were talking about getting buying a house together in Dallas. Huh? What is y'all talking about? I was like, girl, I don't know what you're saying to me. I was like, I don't know I was like, what? And what else she has said? She was like, so when we first was talking, I was in Tampa And then he had his birthday trip. He's a Taurus, by the way. He had his birthday trip in Vegas. And I even was like, oh, what the fuck you doing in Vegas? And he was like, I'm not even on that type. He was like, I'm just going with my boys. It's calm type. And I was like, oh, okay, he's wholesome. I was like, maybe he's a man of God. I don't know. Like, I'm fucking delirious, I guess. I was naive. And she was like, yeah, no, he was with me. And she didn't even say it like that. I don't know if she knew that he was telling me something different. I think she was just like naming the things of when she saw him last. So, like, giving me the timeline essentially. And she was like, it was, because at that point it was like 3 weeks prior. Because this is all in the span of like a month or so. I don't know, girl. I'm barely here. And so she was like, I started to feel like he was getting distant. And then she was like, he had a dresser for me and he like moved that around and he moved like the things from from the shower, saying all of these things of like why she suspected it. Cause I was like, is this your first time? Cause there ain't no way it can be. Cause the amount of consistency, time, money, energy that he spent on me in a short span without getting no cat was like, it had me hooked, girl. I was hooked like a motherfucking snapper. You hear me? And so, what happened? Where am I? And so she, like, when she was running through her timeline, everything that she was saying, he told me he was doing, but like, he was with her. And he told me that he was with like his teammates or his friends or whatever. And like, literally, when he was in Vegas, he was sending me pictures of the hotel room. Sending me pictures of the hotel room, sending me pictures of him at the restaurant, like just talking to me throughout, which is diabolical. Sending me pictures of the hotel room that you with another bitch in. What? The lack of respect is disgusting. Like, let's all be fucking clear here. Oh my God. Men are just. But also, I lie to men all the time. So it makes sense. But no, it doesn't. Because I don't lie to that. I mean, I would lie. I would lie. If I was going on a trip with a dude on my birthday and I had just met somebody new and I had already had this trip planned, I would definitely lie to them. However, he lied to me from jump because he told me that his last relationship was back in college. He totally forgot to tell me about his current relationship that he was in right now. When I said, when was your last relationship? He said back in college. So I didn't know about Miss Girl at all. Not by any means, actually. So, and mind you, like the perception of the perspective that I have of him now is or has completely washed away the perception that I have of him before, thinking like, oh, I just thought he was such a good man. And so she tells me all this. I tell her good luck and to like, not to contact me again because I'm not about to get involved with like this young shit because it was just like she was young, like, and it just wasn't for me. And like, I mean, I hope and pray if I find myself going something like, oh, a girl just went through, I'm not even finna call me. I'm not finna call the other bitch. Because if I feel it, I'm not in the right I'm not in the right relationship. You got me fucked up. Life is too hard to be stressing about no motherfucker that I'm finna call mines. Huh? And I think that's come with a lot of experience. I think that's come with, and I've honestly always been like that, but I think now even more strict with the age difference. Yeah. I think I'm just, yeah. So, yeah, so then I text NFL and I say, your girlfriend's texting me. Y'all want to know what the fuck he responded? Mind you, right before the conversation, we were having something else. And I was like, oh, what are you doing for your mom for Mother's Day? Like, what are y'all doing the day of, which was going to be Saturday? Because he was coming back Sunday morning, is what he told me. Mind you, sorry, I left a part out. She's in Jersey. He's in Jersey. He is not down south. She is here in Jersey for the SZA and Kendrick concert. And I was like, oh, fantastic. Love, love, love. Love, love, love my life. And was there anything else? No. And so I text Jit that, and oh, okay. And then, so I asked him what he was doing for Mother's Day. And he was like, he responds to that. And so I essentially double text him because then I found out about the girl and all of that happened. So I texted him, your girlfriend's texting me. And he responds to the Mother's Day thing and he says, taking her to dinner. taking her to dinner and giving her the gifts I got her. And I'm like, motherfucker, why are you you're not there. Let it go. And I get it. Like once I'm caught up on the bit, then I'm caught up. I'm like, all right, everybody, you can't lose the character that you're playing right now. So that's where I'm at this point because I'm like, oh, I was the only one who didn't know. Because at this point, I already know Miss Girl is finna take him back. Like I already feel like she's not finna leave Jit at all. This ain't the first time she felt this. Ain't no way. Because again, he was it was yeah, I already explained it. So at this point, I'm definitely playing around because I did my girl's girl duty um and told her everything, and now I'm like, let's see what's on the other side of this. Am I right? So at this point I'm just playing around because like what the fuck do I have to lose? Like life is it's as serious as you fucking make it, and I really don't have to fucking explain myself to you. You hear me? So Mr. NFL responds to both texts at the same time, and to the girlfriend one he goes, I heard. And this is when I really knew, like, yeah, we're all just fucking around and finding out. So I'm gonna fuck around and find out now, essentially. And at this point, I'm like, oh, so we're all playing a game. I'm in on the game now. Let's play. And maybe this is like a new Lex, because I feel like I would have been like, no, I'm good off that. But now I'm like, let's fucking play. I actually got time. I actually got some energy in me to fuck around and see what happens because if you think about the situation, you never know what can come from it. Do I need to explain that? I feel like the real girls know what the fuck I'm talking about. So when he says I heard, I was like, okay, yeah, light is on. Light is on, mic is on. I was like, you heard? Are you insane? What? And I was like, you gotta stop lying here, man. Like it's I know you're in Jersey. And he was like, no, not necessarily. I have my reasonings. And I was like, what reasonings? And I call him. And at this point, also, I realize he has two numbers, two phones. At this point, now that with the information I know now, he's saying it's not two phones, that it's two phone numbers, and he doesn't know, and neither does the phone place. And I'm like, yeah, I don't believe him. But anyways, I find out that he has two phones because prior to our last date, our most recent date, we were like linking in Manhattan, and he needed to call me so that I can like figure out where he was because he was a little lost. And then when I got home, I realized that I had a missed call from the same state he was from right before he had called. And I was like, huh, what are the odds that two of the same state, like of the same place, are calling me? And it's like where he's from. And I was like, no, Lex, no. And the whole time I've been thinking, like, there has to be something. Obviously, like, too good to be true. Indeed, there was. He wasn't single. So then I call both of those numbers so that he knows that I have both numbers now. Because I'm what kind of fucking trick are you? You know? Um, Now that I know you a fucking trick. He goes, and he doesn't respond to the reasoning thing, and he goes, did you mean to call? Motherfucker, no, I didn't mean to call both of your phones. What? Please be fucking for real. But also, now I realize he kind of just slow. We gotta bear with them. You know what I mean? We gotta bear with them. They're at a slower pace. They're at a slower pace. And so I wait to respond, and I literally respond that like, no, I didn't mean to call both of your phones. LMAO. Literally say LMAO. He reads it and doesn't respond. But he's like still follows me on Instagram, still viewing my shit. And then I was like, oh girl's still around, like let me text him when she gone. So now at this point I've had a conversation with him literally yesterday. This is where we're at now. We're here. We're in the present. You guys, hi, welcome back. We are in the present moment. I've had a conversation with him, and his highlights from Miss Girl, from the story of Miss Girl and Mr. NFL, are that they broke up. He broke up with her March or April. And I was like, oh, okay. So your last relationship was current. Okay. Confirmed. Thank you. Because I would have very much, and maybe everything happens for a reason, because I would have very much If he would have told me that, I would have not taken on this challenge at all because I don't fuck around with that. Because motherfuckers linger. And guess what? She's a linger, obviously. Like, people linger with breakups. So if I would have known that, I would have definitely not gone on any dates with him. Honestly, I would have not gotten involved. And so he tells me that. He tells me that back then, back in March or April or whatever, is when they bought the SZA tickets, and so that was already pre-planned. And I don't know if the birthday was or not. I think it was. I don't know. He was talking in circles like Tauruses do, fucking with their horns, not knowing motherfucking which direction they going. They just fucking lost, circling around a motherfucking bush rather than answering a motherfucking question. If you don't answer my motherfucking question, ho, you know what I mean? Anyways, what other highlights did he give me? Essentially, he broke up with her and she didn't really like, I guess she didn't really come to terms with it because she didn't tell anybody. Like, she didn't tell her family, friends, nothing. So everybody has thought that they were still together. And that's what he's saying to himself because I don't admit how else is Miss Girl gonna feel if y'all got 2 trips planned like within the 2 months of the breakup? If we talking about March, April, it's May right now. Like what? It's May right now. Now that I say it out loud, I'm like, it's May right now. God, ew. Anyways, God, what it could have been if he did have a girlfriend. Anyways, so what else he had said? When I said the engagement thing, he was like, no, like, absolutely not. As they always do. Who knows? Again, I don't know. It's just me and whoever wants to give me an explanation. What else? What other highlights did he give me? I don't know. He was obviously shocked that I wanted to even hear him out, which I get because that's what I'm saying with like this transition that I'm feeling of like, I don't know if it's like me feeling like of me feeling too grown to be in that headspace again about a man. Because I mean, if this happened 6 months ago, it would have been different. Or if I would have gotten intimate with him, yeah, we would have had a part 2 to this fucking story. I would have gone in. I would have crashed out with not having the awareness. You know what I mean? Like what? That would be insane. Timing is everything. And so I'm like, yeah, I guess, but I'm also like I mean, I still don't even know you, and not that I get it because he's a liar. Like he's literally lied off rip from the beginning about everyday things, which is insane. But it's also like, and again, I'm not making excuses for it or condoning this because I am not an advocate for jumping from one person to the next to the next. But it could have very well been him breaking up with Miss Girl and shooting his shot at a baddie like me, not knowing like what would come from it type. Because obviously, like, you could think who I am on the internet, but like real girls, like my PPs know where I'm at, like with my heart and intention and energy and like pussy. Honestly, y'all already know where I placed it, girl, on the pedestal. And so I'm now like, yeah, if I was bouncing, from one relationship, not to the next, but if I was trying to rebound essentially, and not referring to myself as a rebound, but if I wanted to put myself out there and not get into anything serious, but then I like really vibe with somebody, then it would get a little confusing because I wouldn't tell Jit, oh yeah, I just got out of something. Like, I don't know, Again, I don't condone in the lying, but just hearing everybody's side, being understanding, and really not giving a fuck. Because at this point, like, now I'm like, okay, you're on the shelf of having fun. Like, you're not on the other shelf that I had you in of, oh my God, do you see my arm right now? How scary does that look? I'm double jointed if you were curious, like my elbow is. Anyways, but he's on a different shelf at this point. And I would say any man that comes across my desk at this point would be on a completely different shelf because I don't really care to care anymore. Like, I'll give you my energy until I feel like it's being taken advantage of. But like, I think I've gotten to a point of like separating my heart and my energy. Like, I feel like I can give my energy for 7 months before I give my heart. And not saying that my heart is my pussy, because who knows if I could last that long. The connection of like intimacy and a relationship is like pretty sacred and strong for me. So yeah, I'm just like at a point of having fun, but that doesn't necessarily mean. Anyways, I don't have to explain myself. I don't even know what the fuck I was ranting on at that point. We're getting off track, Alexis. We're telling a story, not telling our feelings. We're telling a story, we're not telling our feelings. Anyways, so where am I? Oh, if he said anything else. So essentially the conversation was like him telling me all that, and he was like, so like where's your head at? And I'm like, well, motherfucker, where's your head at? Because I'm just now learning this. Like I found out on Friday. Until Friday, I thought you were a good man and a man that respected me. And now, since Friday, I found out that you had no respect for me or yourself, quite frankly, the whole time. So, like, you're not the man I thought you were. Head ass. It's whoever I romanticize is not that person. Like, now you just a trick. And so I was like, I essentially was like, I was like, where's your head at? Like, do you want to go back to Miss Girl, or do you want to start something new and be single and start something new with me? Because I don't, that's two different things. Getting back with Miss Girl is getting back to a 2-year relationship. Starting something with me is brand new, fresh, whatever. And he essentially was going around the bush, like I said. And he was like, he alluded to not wanting to take things on with her anymore. But like I said, he didn't flat out say it, so I'm not going to put words in his mouth. It's more of just like whatever he wanted to give me in that moment as far as an explanation, but he definitely made it clear that he wanted to continue with me. And I was like, like you have the opportunity to, but if I no longer like want to give you that opportunity, then will communicate that type, because again, I'm not that invested. So yeah, I'm down to see what happens. Like, what the fuck? What does any of that have to do with me? Is kind of where I'm at. So yeah, so I'm like, yeah, as long as it's still on my terms and there's no expectations, essentially on either end, there's definitely not no expectation of him now, which honestly makes the plot a little bit safer for me in a way and like clear. Like the water is clear because there's nothing for me to figure out because I know the type of man he is now, like after what we found. So if he wanted, and I made that clear to him, if he wanted to like change my perspective of him, he could on my terms. So that's where we've left Mr. NFL. We will let you know where it goes because he's Mr. NFL at the end of the day. And so we're just playing around. Anyways, next. We met a dude at a day party. What are we gonna call him? What are we gonna call him? I kind of want to show y'all the video. I think I'm gonna show y'all the video of us dancing. So we were at the Wine Up, one of my favorite parties, and he like moved people across the way to get to me to dance with me. Mind you, when I peeped it, I was like, oh, he's my type. I'll slurp him up. So when he was coming for me, he didn't even have to ask type. Like he kind of just grabbed me. And normally I'm like, you need to ask, but no, I let Papi take me. And what we finna call him? What we finna call him? He's also a Taurus. Isn't that crazy? They coming for me right now. And it's crazy because Demi, the last episode, said that I should be with a Taurus sun. Remember? Isn't that crazy? Literally same timing. What should I call him? Should I call him Bronx Boy? He lives in the Bronx. He's literally Dominican and Guyanese from the Bronx. Please, why would I do this to myself? But I already know what I'm getting. Again, I'm playing around. I'm playing with everybody. Nobody, I already explained myself. So I'm approaching this shit different. I don't know. I feel good and I can't wait till I get to a point of being able to like communicate it well where I'm at. Because I feel like I'm not being clear. But I feel really healthy in this headspace of just taking everything for what it is and not making it serious because I have the control of not making shit serious in regards to like my feelings, emotions, and heart. Should we call him Wine Up? Maybe we'll call him Wine Up. I think that's what we should call him. So Wine Up is dancing with me and is a wine. Bro, it was so good. He was like grabbing my neck. We were fucking on the dance floor. You hear me? I was like, hell yeah. Because it's rare for them to be cute to try to catch a wine with a cute motherfucker, in my opinion, who can actually dance. Because, like I said, he was grabbing me so much, girl. He was like, I pulled him closer. Look how diabolical this is, girl. Oh my God. Should I show you guys? Yeah, I'm going to show you. Oh, wait. I'm like, let me cover his face. Y'all, do you see me? I grab him. So after we dance, we hug, and he was like, Not gonna lie, like I saw you as soon as you walked in, like I've been peeping you, blah blah blah, let me get your number. And I was like, yeah, obviously, motherfucker, we just fucked. Of course you can have my number. And when we hug goodbye, he grabs both of my ass cheeks like they're his already. Literally full on grab. And I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm into it today. I don't know. I think I was ovulating because I was feeling pretty positive. Normally, I don't like when men could just think that they could do that, but I was into it, brother. Anyway, so we've been texting. It's only been like a week and some change, and I was prioritizing NFL because I can't be doing too much. Like I'm maybe now with this new perspective and like new energy I got, I could like really handle a roster of characters. Well, I guess I have in the past a little bit, but like true roster because even them they was like sporadic. So Wineup, we haven't gone on a date or anything, but Wineup's not looking for anything serious, he told me. You know that answer that they always say, like, not necessarily looking for anything serious, but like if it comes, I won't be opposed to it. Motherfucker, yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. What motherfucking man do you know when a fucking perfect bitch comes their way and they're not ready that they're like, you know what? Like, I really want to keep tricking, but this shorty came my way and she's perfect. Like, let me stop. Like, let me be loyal. No. When the fuck has that ever happened? Fucking point me in that direction, brothers, sisters. Sorry, it's dimming, so we're getting intimate with the lighting now. Sorry. So I'm taking that for what it is. And we'll see how it goes. He's still texting me consistently. So that's where that is. Next, I have a really good story, but I feel like the episode's getting too long. No, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. So I get a call on Saturday, and this is just a story time. This isn't a character. Okay, story time. So I get a call and this guy's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey," it's a call from somebody in New York, and I was on the phone with Demi actually on Facetime. And I was like, "Hold on, real quick, like I'm getting a call." Since it was from New York, I was like, "Do I have an appointment?" Like I thought I had an appointment or something. I was missing like an unsaved number, and so he's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey, who's this?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What do I mean? Who is this? You called my phone?" And he was like, I'm about to send you the Venmo. What are you talking about? And I was like, who, motherfucker? Like, who do you think you called? And he was like, is this not Melissa? And I was like, no, but it can be. Like, what were you gonna Venmo her? How much were you gonna Venmo her? He was like, I was gonna Venmo her $1,000. And I was like, yeah. What for? And he was like, well, we spent like the whole night together. Type. And I was like, I haven't asked the question yet of prostitution, but um I was like, well, Melissa's kind of trolling you. She gave you the wrong number, man. I don't know why she would do that. And I was like, but do you want to send the Venmo to me? You want to see what I look like? And he was like, yeah, I can be easily convinced. And I was like, all right, bet. So I hang up, send him my IG and my Venmo account, and he calls me right back, and he's like, wait, you're so fucking hot. And I was like, yeah, brother. That's what I'm saying. I can do whatever Melissa did and more. Like, what? And I was like, what did you and Melissa get into? And he was like, no, I don't want to say. Like, what if you're trolling me? And I was like, his name's Alex. That's all I know about him. I was like, Alex, you know my name, number, and my social media. I don't know shit about you. Like, it's a safe space. Like, tell me what the fuck is up. He was like, she pegged me. And I was like, oh, you're in the right place, man. I love to peg. Because y'all know that, right? Y'all know that. Not that I've done it, but I've been wanting to do it. Or get into the practice, if you will. You know me. I'll never fucking say no to a good time. I don't know what to tell you. If it's new, I'll try it. And so I was like going along with the bit because I love improv. I was like, yeah, no, I love it. It's like one of my things. I was like, I think God kind of like did this for us and put us in the same place because this is amazing. He's like, you're fucking lying. Like not in a screaming way, but just like shocked. And I was like, yeah, I don't know how to prove it to you, but I was like, my friend's on FaceTime right now and she could tell you. And so I unmute Demi and she is like, yeah, no, Lex loves to peg. Like she's literally known for it. And I took her off and he's like, well, do you have a picture? And I was like, of me pegging? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, but I wouldn't, want to share that. I was like, do you have a video that you want to show me of you and Melissa last night? He was like, yeah, no, I wouldn't share it. And I was like, yeah. I was like, but do you want to make a video with me? And he was like, yeah. He was probably literally jerking off in this moment. It felt like Omegle, honestly, which is why I was tapped in tuned in turns one. And so I was like, okay, well, I can't continue convincing you, but if you want to keep talking to me, you got to send me 500. He was like, okay. And I was like, you want to play with me? And he was like, yes, ma'am. And then I hung up and I was like, bitch, I'm kind of practicing. Watch me go on a motherfucking FinDom, fucking PegDom. I don't know what the fuck they call them bitches. Shout out to the workers. Type of income. She. Fuck out of here. Huh? That's an art form. I'm fucking excited. Who knows what could happen? I don't know. I would be lying if I said I haven't wanted this my whole life. So hell yeah, brother. So I guess tap in next week to see if he sent me the fucking coin or not. Cause we gotta wrap this up. Cause we've been raw dogging it for an hour. Full on hour on a fucking Monday night. So I need to eat. My yellow kitchen. Actually, fucking boom boom boom. We got a fucking sponsor up in this bitch. If you are in, did I say yellow picnic or yellow kitchen? It's yellow picnic. If you're in the New Jersey, New York area and want the most delicious meal prep service that I've ever had personally. It's a female owned Dominican made. So shit got seasoning, shit is bust down, and it got all the protein for you. You see me? You saw her? Ooh, I'm strong. Anyways, use code motherfucking proper at checkout for yellow fucking picnic. I'll put it in the bio here for you. It's so bust down. I've been doing it for 3-4 weeks now, and I love it. So again, use code proper. Anyways, tap in with me. Let me know your fucking thoughts. Talk to me in the comments. I want to hear literally live reactions is what I would prefer. So yeah, I love you so much. I hope you enjoy my unserious fucking life. And we will talk next week. Love ya.